Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're with me for the first time, my name is Melissa Reed and I am a mixed media artist from southwestern Pennsylvania. So as you can see here, I have a whole bunch of my old Gelli prints laid out. What I did before this video was went through several of my hundreds of stacks and picked out some pieces that I thought might work well together in a collage. So I kind of have an idea for what I want to do with this. Maybe some of you remember these leaf prints that I made earlier last spring. And I will show you right up here in the corner, I'll show you two of the pieces that I made with those here. And I took several prints off of the leaves that I collected, and I still have some laying around. So today's piece is going to be twofold. First of all, I want to show you how you can use the same image to create entirely different pieces of art. And also, I want to show you how to build up a little bit of a more geometric under pattern on the first layer to get you started with before you lay down your image. Now, we're still going to treat this like we did with any of our other collages, and I am an intuitive artist, so I kind of just work as I go. That is the most plan I like to have. I have that basis of an idea down, and I'm going to just get started gluing some things down, and we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to be working on this 8x10 canvas here. This is just one of the value pack canvases from Michaels, and my excuse me, my idea for this is to have the leaf maybe going off the canvas, off center a little bit. I don't want it plopped down right in the middle. I find that to be really predictable and uninteresting to look at. So to begin to create a little bit of movement and dynamic in the piece, I'm going to have it coming off of one of the sides. I haven't decided exactly how I want it yet, but I'm thinking it's going to be off center, but that's going to be step two. So for step one, I'm going to just start cutting up some of these papers and gluing them down. So stick with me and we will get started. So my thought here is to just do all very square and rectangular kind of shapes to lay down on the canvas. And I'm not really sure at the get-go exactly how I want to have them arranged. I'm kind of trying different things out as I go. And that's one of the best things about collage. You get to try things out before you commit to gluing any of them down. So you'll see here, I go through and really just start moving pieces along, and I'm cutting and placing and kind of just seeing where I want everything to go. And why I keep putting the leaf over the top is I have this printed on tissue paper, so you'll be able to see those patterns and colors underneath. So I kind of just want to see what they look like in conjunction with the darkness of the leaf on there. Is it going to be too dark? Am I going to really get a pattern that I like? Am I going to lose it? Is it going to muddy the colors? You know, all of those considerations I can kind of tell a little bit just by setting that down on top. Now, because it's printed on tissue paper, you're going to really be able to see it a lot better than just laying it down with the dry tissue, but it will give me a little bit of an idea. So again, I'm still not entirely sure which of these I'm going to be using. I just grabbed some that I thought might look nice together, or you know, I thought might really the colors might work, or I liked the way the patterns played together. But I end up actually making a decision about halfway through here, and we're getting up to that point pretty soon, where I decide to lay all of the papers horizontal instead of, like you'll see there, I have some going vertical and some going horizontal, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I liked it and it would have worked. But right around here, I start thinking, yeah, I think I would like this better if they were all going in the same direction. That is indeed a print of an orange, if you noticed that there. If you saw my short video from last year, I made those orange prints, and I thought they were pretty cool, and the colors matched, so I decided to use one in this piece today. So you probably noticed I'm going for all oranges and teal blues, two colors that work wonderfully together and two of my absolute favorite colors. So you see here how I have everything just kind of laying horizontal, and I'm fitting it together kind of like a puzzle. But what I'm considering while I'm laying this puzzle down is, where are the colors going? where are the values going and where is the dark and light going to be in conjunction with that leaf, like I had mentioned, because that's going to be important. I wouldn't want a whole bunch of heavily patterned dark prints right underneath where the leaf is for two reasons. One, it's going to get completely lost when I glue the leaf down. And two, it's going to take away a little bit from the intricate pattern that printed from the leaf itself. I think I've had these pieces of paper in just about every configuration imaginable, and I still end up slightly changing it just a little bit when I go to glue it down. So for the glue, I'm going to be using my Liquitex matte gel medium. That's my preferred method of gluing anything down. I like the way it really just kind of disappears. And I lost a little tiny bit of footage here of me gluing the first part of that down, but I'm going to show it to you here in a second. You can see me gluing down the pieces right now. Make sure you have a good coat of that on the canvas before you lay the piece down, and then go back over it again with another coat just to make sure everything is adhered down really well. And then I'll take my, I use like just an old gift card, or you can use a credit card, whatever, to smooth it all down. Plus it removes any excess from the surface, you'll see here in a minute, and it really just brings the pattern forward. Okay, so I've let that dry. It's probably been a couple of hours, and you can speed that along with a hair dryer if you need to do so, and that's perfectly fine. So now I've got my leaf print here, and I'm trying to decide where I want it on the piece. So again, moving it all around to see where I like it. I definitely want it off center and going off of the page, and I decide to put it in that lower left hand quadrant. So I'm going to just trim off a little bit of the extra there and get it ready to go. And again, I'm going to go in with my matte gel medium, and I'm laying down a pretty hefty coat of that, and I'm going to get ready to lay the leaf down on top of the canvas. Now, it was at about this point that I realized that I must have printed this on the wet strength tissue paper and not on just the regular tissue like I like to do. And the reason why I can tell that is because you can really still see the tissue paper. Now you can see plenty of the color and the design from underneath, enough for what I wanted here. But if you use regular tissue paper, that's going to almost completely disappear. Now it doesn't bother me, although I do decide to make a little bit of a change based on that, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. So once I get that coat on there good and strong, I'm going in with my card, removing the excess, and you can see how it really brings those underneath patterns up. But you see there where that little piece lifted and started tearing up? I decided that I like that, and I do that on purpose in some of my pieces, which I decided to do here. So at first I'm going in with the card and just kind of digging a little bit of it up and peeling it off, but then I decide to go in with my pen and nib tool, and it has like that fine tip on it, I guess I should say. And I'll be able to go in and a little more precisely dig up the pieces that I really want to come off there. You'll see in just a moment. And when you're doing that, of course, it's going to lift up a little bit more than you necessarily want it to in some places, and that's totally fine. Just go back over it with another coat of the adhesive and smooth it back down, and that way you're not going to have any like bumpy frayed edges coming up off of your piece, unless that's something that you want, and maybe you do. There's nothing wrong with that kind of texture. I didn't for my purposes here, so I just went in and smoothed that all back down again. Now you can see on the right hand side there where the tissue paper is still kind of visible. I don't mind that. To me, that added another level of different values over there, which I kind of liked. So that top right hand corner there, that white spot was kind of bugging me a little bit. I didn't want it completely painted over, but I did want to mimic the design that's on the left hand side there of that herringbone, but just with a little bit of the orange. And I think that kind of toned it down enough that it wasn't instantly drawing my eye there. So here I've got a little bit of Payne's Gray, and I'm mixing that with a little bit of the matte gel medium. I'm doing that because it makes the color more transparent, and it's already a fairly transparent color to begin with, but I didn't want anything as harsh as a solid black. And I'm going in here with my text stencil, my text stamp, and just laying down a little tiny bit. And a tip for that, if you don't want it to come off in the square shape of the stencil, don't put the ink all over the stamp before you lay it down, and also when you're weighting it down with your fingers, just randomly touch it in areas that aren't going to put weight on the whole entire thing, and then you won't get just like a big rectangle sitting on top of your piece there. While that paint is still wet, you can go in and make adjustments too. I got a little bit of the printing over top of the leaf, and I just went in with a wet towel and took that out. So I decided to put one of my printed flowers on here, and I'm just going in with some different colors to see what worked. I have had this white one rolling around here forever, and it just really spoke to me for going up on the top there. I needed something up there for balance as far as the image went. I've got another image up there now so it balances out the leaf, but also the light color balances out the darkness of the rest of the piece, specifically the leaf, which is on the lower left side. Now I have that nice light colored flower on the upper right. So I picked up a set of little number and letter stamps at Joann Fabrics, and that's what I'm using here. I'm going in with a little more of that Payne's Gray mixed with the matte gel medium because, again, I don't want anything as harsh as a solid black, but this transparency of the Payne's Gray worked so well, and I decided to put the phrase "follow me" on there. And that is basically how I finished the piece. I'm just going to go in here with my roller brush and go around all of the edges. I like to finish the edges of my paintings in black. You could absolutely have just cut longer pieces of the collage paper and glued that down the sides and let that be the finish too. I also like the way that looked, but I didn't have enough of some of the papers to make that really work. But if you see right there where the leaf was, that would have looked actually pretty cool. But instead, I'm just going to do it this way. It's going to tie the whole piece together. And once I get all of the sides covered, I come in and just a tiny little bit up onto the top of the canvas to give it just a bit of shadow right around there. And here's the finished piece. I am super pleased with the way this turned out. I love the colors. I love that I was able to use that leaf print in yet another design that is entirely different from the first two that I did. I just think it's a really successful piece all in all. You'll have to let me know what you think. And thank you all actually for being here today with me. If you do like it, if you could give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that if you would please. It really helps out my channel and lets me continue to make great content for you all. I put out a new video every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so I hope you will join me there. And if anyone is interested in this piece, I will have it available on my Etsy shop, which is listed in the description. Thank you all again. I hope you all have a wonderful day.